Welcome to another episode of the TSW Short and Simple series. This presentation features backpacking gear lists. There are many points of view and opinions about gear lists for backpacking. Choosing or developing a backpacking setup is kind of like choosing a pair of pants. The setup should fit you. It should fit your purposes, needs, and important wants and style. Here's some questions you might want to consider when choosing your setup. Will it keep you comfortable or just allow you to survive? Will it fit your style of camping? Do you prefer minimalism or do you require maximum comfort? Or is your style somewhere in between? It should fit your purposes. For example, is it an overnight trek or a 3-day trek or longer? Will the trail be easy or challenging, requiring maximum stability? Will the trail be wide open or require squeezing through vegetation or narrow spaces? What will the weather be like? Let's take a look at a list that contains some basic items to consider. Each one of these items could be covered in extensive detail, but we'll keep it short and simple. These and other equipment you bring should make your adventure safe and successful. Backpacks should fit your torso length, waist size, and be able to fit all your equipment and supplies in or on it. It should provide quick access to needful items like first aid kits and water. Load adjustability and stabilization are definite pluses as well. Material, weight, and costs are also matters of consideration. Lots of pockets and access portals are convenient, but add weight and cost. Something to keep you warm is important. It can be as simple as a wool blanket or more complicated, like a sleeping bag or camping quilt. Choose one that's warm enough for you. If things get too warm, you can always not use it or sleep on top of it. Make sure it's warm enough to keep you comfortable, but not excessively so, as that adds weight, bulk, and cost. Sleeping pads help isolate you from bumpy ground, rocks, and other small discomforts. If there are big ones, remove them from your shelter site before you set up, or choose another area to set up on. Sleeping pads can be simple closed-cell pads that fold or roll up. They can also be inflatable. Shelters come in many forms: single wall tents, double wall tents, tarps, and bivvies. Pick one that fits or can be adapted to your campsites. Hammocks may be comfortable, but if there are no trees, setting one up could be complicated. Stoves are only necessary if you need to cook or heat up meals. To keep things simple and less expensive, you can choose no-cook meals. But on cold mornings or evenings, a warm meal and some cocoa can make the close or beginning of a day so much more pleasant. Don't forget the fuel. I also bring a lighter, just in case the self-lighting part of my stove breaks. You'll probably need something to eat with. A fork and spoon keep hands from getting messy and food from getting contaminated. Contaminated food can cause poisoning along with nasty side effects. If you want to cut down on what you bring, a spork combines some of the attributes of a fork and a spoon. Keeping things simple, there are a few things that you can eat with a fork that you can't eat with a spoon. Noodles may be one of them. You'll need something to carry water with. It could be a hydration bladder, high-performance drinking bottle, or just the bottles you buy with water already in them. Knives are helpful tools that can help you make large bandages from shirts or other clothing if needed. They can also help with meal preparation, making camp implements, and fend off zombies. First aid kits are a must. Each backpacker should have their own kit to help themselves and others. If someone gets hurt and needs help quickly, you'll probably not know where their first aid kit is, but you should know where yours is. Toilet paper. For the purpose it was designed for, there's nothing better. Leaves and sticks might be emergency substitutes. Ouch. But bringing enough toilet paper and keeping it safe from moisture, that's the best. A headlight or flashlight. Yeah, bright moonlight will allow you to navigate some trails or campsites. However, under overcast skies or tree canopy or in a tent, enough said. In the wilderness, where there are no toilets, you'll need to build your own. Cat holes are small holes 6 to 8 inches deep and just big enough to aim at when you're doing number 2. Cat holes can also be used to dispose of uneaten food and dishwater. A better practice is to eat all the food you bring and prepare. You should always minimize the amount of soap you use. Always use biodegradable soap. Super important as well is to have a good pair of backpacking shoes or boots. I like boots because I've broken my ankle twice, once on the beginning of a 50-mile backpacking adventure, so I like the ankle support boots offer. If your ankles are strong and healthy, then shoes, especially trail running shoes, are a good option. Speaking of shoes, once in camp, untie your boots or shoes, loosen the laces, and you have comfortable camp shoes without having to bring additional footwear like slippers. Good socks are also important. You'll be carrying more than your regular body weight, so thicker socks might be advantageous. You may have to experiment to find out. I use a double sock system consisting of thin inner socks made of lightweight polyester that wicks moisture away from my feet. And I use thick outer socks made of wool to draw moisture out of the shoe or boot and provide cushioning from the impact. Cooking and dining gear depends on the menu you choose. Here's a familiar mess kit that provides a frying pan, a pot with a lid, a cup, and a deep dish that can double as a bowl. If menus are simple or minimal food preparation is needed, something like this may be all you need. What you wear can greatly affect your success, whether you're trying to get a job, maximize client relations, or for outdoor adventuring. Here are some considerations for outdoor clothing and accessories. One misconception is that hats with brims are only for sunny days. Hats with brims can keep rain from blowing or dripping into your eyes on rainy days. It can also reduce dust, leaves, and other items from blowing into your eyes on windy days. Convertible pants are long pants that can have the lower parts zippered off to become short pants. When considering cold weather and layering, here are some of the items you might want to have in your clothing arsenal. Remember, your setup should fit you, your size, your purpose, your comfort, your style. See you on the trail.